الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الخلق أجمعين محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. The subject of fiqh, we are still in the subject of Taharat or water and types of water. We said before that water is, of course, all is water, one type, but because the quantity of the water or the quality of the water might change, that is why they give so many terms for it. You say there is a mixed water and a pure water or plain water, and then the water is either a small quantity or core water, or if it is rain water, or if it is in continuation with more than core water, which is running water. And we come to the fifth type, well water. Though well water practically not much needed nowadays in the modern cities, but however, you should know the views in general. If you are in a village, or to say we travel to Africa or some other countries where there is well water is there, so it is only few issues. Of course, there are a lot of details which are not mentioned here. For those who want to go into details, they can study them in more details. They said the issue 44, the water of a well which springs forth from the earth, although its quantity may be less than a core, does not become najis owing to something najis falling in it, unless its color, smell or taste changes. However, it is recommended that in the event of certain najasat falling in it, a quantity of water should be drawn from the well. Details about this quantity are given in the relevant books. As we said, the well water, even if it is under core, but because water is coming from the ground, underground water continuously, so it's regarded like core water. And if some najis things fall there, will not make it najis. But he said there are more details. I mean, there is, if a dead animal, a mouse or something dies there, then not sufficient to take the mouse out. Certain amount of water should be taken out, and then underground water will come and mix and clean it. All these details are in the detailed books, which are not very important for the time being. Issue 45, if a najasat falls into well water and changes its smell, color or taste, it will become tahir as soon as the change in its smell, etc. vanishes. But it is better to wait till it is mixed with the fresh water springing from the earth. Though we said the well water, even if its quantity is less, because it is in continuation with underground water, so is regarded like core water. Core water, we said, is the cubic feet of a 3.5 span by 3.5 span by 3.5 span. That is the size of core water, as we said. Though it is less, but then because there is continuous water coming from underground, is regarded like core water. So if little blood or other things fall there, if its color change, we can wait for some time till it is mixed with the water and its color completely change. And it said it's better to wait for more time till the underground water also mix with it, so that it become clean in that way. Issue 46, if rainwater is collected in a hole and its quantity is less than a core, it will become najis if najasat reaches it after the rain has stopped. We said rainwater, though it comes drop by drop, but it is like core water. So if there is a small pit in the floor, on the ground, and there is continuously rainwater is there, so that is regarded like core water. But if the rain stops, naturally it will remain it will change into small amount of water or under core water. It's not core. As long as rain is there, then it is regarded as core. If rain stops, then it is under core water. So if there is najasat washed in it while rain is coming, then the hand will be tahir and the water will remain tahir. But if after the rain stops and its amount is not equal to kur or more than kur, less than kur, then regarded less than kur water. These are the issues about well water. We come to the new subject, still on Taharat, but rules regarding water. There are general rules and regulations we need to know about water before we go to the subject how to clean or purify things by water. Issue 47 says mixed water, whose meaning has been explained in Article 15, does not make any najis thing tahir, and its use is not allowed for ghusl or wudu. If we have a mixed water, and we say mixed water is like juice or like rose water and like blossom water and so on, is not a plain water, not a pure water. So if I have big quantity and I want to do ghusl with that, is it allowed? They said no. If I want to do wudu with that, is it allowed? No. If my hand is najis and I want to make it tahir with that, I wash it 10 times with rose water, will it be tahir? They said no. The cleanliness should be with the pure water, not with mixed water. Issue 48. Mixed water, however large its quantity may be, becomes najis when even a small particle of najasat falls in it. But if it falls on a najis thing from above with some force, the part which touches the najasat will become najis, and the part which does not touch it will remain tahir. For example, if rose water is sprinkled on a najis hand from a sprinkler, the part which reaches the hand will be najis, and the part which does not reach the hand, it will remain tahir. But he say that the mixed water, let us say rose water, even if it is more than kur, if little najasat fall in it, all will be najis, because it is not water to be tahir, so all will be najis. But now if somebody is pouring in a bottle or a special sprinkle and put it in your hand, and if the hand is najis, say if it come from above down, it will not make the rose water in the bottle as najis. Only that water which touch my hand, if my hand was najis, was not clean, that part will be najis, because it's coming from up down, and in that case only that part. Otherwise, if it is separate, then it will not be najis, because it's sprinkled down in that way. So that is about naturally the mixed water. We come issue 49, when najis mixed water is mixed with kur or running water in a manner that it can no longer be called mixed water, it becomes tahir. Suppose I have a glass, the glass has orange juice, and because my teeth had blood, then I drank orange juice, some blood was there, so it become najis, not pure. If I mix it with kur water, either a big amount of water, a fountain with amount of water, or let us say with running water, that juice will change completely, that there no more juice, it become pure water. I mean, no more means maybe 0.5%, still there is juice, I mean theoretically speaking, but practically you see there is no effect of juice. Or if it was, let us say, cloth with urine of a children, for example, and if you press it and then it's mixed, though theoretically urine is in that huge amount of water, I mean kur water, but it's not changing the smell, taste of that, so it will be all tahir in that way, because practically the najasat itself has been disappeared. Disappeared may not be completely theoretically, but generally you say there is no najasat here. When maybe 0.5%, okay, theoretically speaking, okay, it has its effect naturally, but that is not calculated. When you see it, you say there is no sign of urine, no sign of blood. Okay, in microscope you may see some cells of blood, that is not counted, but generally you see there is no redness, no effect, no smell, no change, so that the water will be tahir and the blood itself has been mixed completely, no part of it remained. Issue 50, water which was originally pure and it is not known whether it has turned into mixed water will be treated as a pure. That is to say, it will make najis thing tahir, and it will also be in order to perform wudu and ghusl with it. But if it was originally mixed water and it is not known whether it has turned into pure water, it will be treated as mixed water. That is to say, it will not make najis objects tahir, and it cannot be used for wudu or ghusl. As we said, whatever original state we are certain about it, it will remain as it is unless changed with another certainty. Doubt will not remove certainty. If we know that this amount of rose water, for example, mixed water, was there. Now we mixed it with a huge amount of water, but we don't know whether too much or no. So we regard it, we say still it is mixed water, until we are sure that effect of that mixed water has gone and become now or pure water. Or if it is reverse, I have a fountain which has core, for example, and it was a pure water. Now a child came and threw the bottle of rose water in that core water in that fountain. Will it become now mixed water? We said no. If it does not change the water by its, let us say, smell or characters or attributes, because it was before pure water, plain water, we say it is still plain water because we don't see any sign of change. Yes, if too much water and you see water become all rose water and give a smell of rose, that is something else. But very little, and we are doubtful, we say the doubt will not remove your certainty. You are certain it was pure water, it will remain pure water. Or if reverse, you were certain it was mixed, then you should add so much water that you will be certain again that the mixed water has gone and it become a pure water. So this is general law, but here actually gives examples. Otherwise, the general law is as you know about it. Issue 51, water about which it is not known whether it is a pure or mixed, and it is also not known whether originally it was a pure or mixed, will not make najis things tahir, and it is also not permissible to perform wudu or ghusl with it. Also, it becomes najis when a najasat reaches it, even if it is equal to a core or more. I mean, if it is doubtful, now at the beginning we don't know that it was a plain water and then changed into mixed water, but we don't know now which one was originally, and it is doubtful. If it is doubtful, naturally you cannot remove najasat with it. I mean, you cannot purify things because you are sure things were impure. My finger, for example, had a blood and it is impure, and you are not sure that you have washed it with water, because what you have washed with it is not known whether it is a plain water or mixed water. So naturally will not remove najasat, and also you cannot perform wudu or ghusl with it. And if some najis object fall in it, it will be all najis naturally, because it's not known to be pure water. Issue 52, when an essential najasat like blood and urine reaches water and changes its smell, color or taste, it becomes najis even if it is core or running water. Similarly, if the smell, color or taste of the water changes owing to a najasat which is outside it, for example, if a carcass which is lying by the side of the water causes a change in smell, the water will be deemed najis as an obligatory precaution. We discussed this, that if the color or taste or smell of the water is being changed by the impurity, by blood or by urine or by some other impurities or the dead animal fall in it, and the water. Even if the water is core water, but if smell, color, or taste change, it will be najis, all of it. But the question that if the najis thing, let us say a dead animal is beside the water, you have a fountain of water here, and there is dead animal beside it, not attached with it. But because of the fermentation and the odor of the dead animal, the water attributes has changed. It got a smell of that carcass. Will the water will be najis or not? He said, according to Ayatullah Al-Sistani, as a precautionary obligatory precaution, yes, it will be najis even if it was not in contact with that, but the color, smell, and taste of the water has changed due to effect of najasat. Though it is not in touch, but it is due to its effect. Here he said as an obligatory precaution. Issue 53, if water which has become najis due to najisul ayn, najisul ayn is original impurity, like blood or urine, which changed its smell, color, or taste, joins core water or running water, or if rainwater falls on it, or it blown over it by the winds, or rainwater falls on it through the drain pipe while it is raining, the water will become tahir if the changes vanishes. However, rainwater or core water or running water should get mixed with it. Well, what does say here? If you have, let us say, at home a fountain of water which is less than core, and it become najis. Now, all that water, you have to throw it out in the drainage. What you will do with it? He said, no, you can make it tahir by joining it with core water. Either another core water if you can do it. If not, you put running water, tap water, you bring a hose with the running water and put running water mixing with that water, so that water will be tahir. Or if it rains, we said rainwater is like core, so if it rains, rain will make it tahir. He said if it does not rain directly, it is below a shadow or somewhere, and it rain and then from the pipe the water will fall, so still is okay, because rain is continuous and water in the pipe is in touch with the rainwater and will make it clean. He said, well, if we open the tap water, only few drops of tap water will make it sufficient tahir, huge amount of water, and you put it only 1 second. Well, some ulama said yes, but some said it's better to be mixed, and you put still more water so that you are sure the running water or core water is being mixed with that water which was najis, because it's a small amount and it become najis. So this is why it says not only to open it for 1 second, you put at least 5-10 seconds, too much water will come mixed with that water and make it all tahir. Issue 54, if a najis object is made tahir in core or running water, the water which falls from the object after it has become tahir is tahir. What does it mean? We said something object, let us say my cloth, and I have to make it tahir with running water, or maybe on a seaside or a riverside, or if I have core water at home or under the running water. For example, if it has to be washed 3 times, when I wash it first time and I press it, squeeze it, the water which comes out is najis. Then I wash it again and squeeze it second time, still najis. Third time that we said it will be tahir, the squeezed water after the third time is tahir, not najis. So he said the last wash by which the object is tahir, the squeezed water is also tahir. The first and second time is najis, because still the object, your cloth or your hand or your utensil, whatever it is not yet tahir. But the last wash, then it's tahir. You see its importance when you wash it first, if it is supposed to be washed 3 times. When you wash it first and you throw the water, you have to be careful. That water should not splash on your cloth. Because if it splash, your cloth will be najis. So he said the first wash, if it is not tahir by first wash, if it need 2 or 3 wash, whatever it is, I mean those details will come, how to purify from different najis, from urine, differs from blood, differs from dog if is drinking, and so on. Those details are going to come. But here what he wants to say, that the washed water, only at the last time when the object becomes tahir, is clean. Otherwise, in the first or maybe second time, when still the object is najis, the splash is also najis. You have to avoid it and should not splash on your cloth. That's what he wants to say here. Issue 55, water which was originally tahir and it is not known whether it has become najis will be deemed as tahir, and water which was originally najis and it is not known whether it has become tahir is najis. Again, the original certainty cannot be removed except by another certainty. If I am certain this water was tahir and I am not sure the child's finger was najis and he came near the water, but I am not sure the child put his finger with, let us say, blood or urine, or I am not sure. So I said, okay, the water is tahir because I have not known a case that become najis. But if I know that the child put his finger, I have seen the child, and the water, because its quantity is small, is najis, and I am not sure if somebody else came and opened the tap water and made it tahir, you say it will remain najis till I make sure that it become tahir. So we follow whatever we are certain about it. If it is tahir, will remain tahir unless we are sure it is najis. And if it is originally was najis, we will say it will continue as najis unless we become sure that it is tahir. Issue 56, the leftover of a dog, a pig, and a kafir, other than the people of the book, is najis, and as a recommended precaution, the leftover of the people of the book is also najis, and it is haram to consume it. However, the leftover of the animals whose meat is haram is tahir, and with the exception of cat, it is makruh to eat or drink the leftover of such animals. Now, if a dog drink certain water, naturally that water become najis. If a pig drink from water, you have water at home, and the leftover certain food you put, and part of the food is eaten by the dog, other part is consumable. So let us say a piece of bread you give, the dog eat half the piece and the rest of the piece remain. It is leftover, so that leftover is najis. Now if a kafir, non-believer, if he eat again, the leftover of him, whether it is food or water, will be regarded as najis, is not tahir, except people of the book, because originally they have a divine book and they are following a book. However, maybe because they are not usually knowing what is tahir and what is najis in Islam, so he said even people of the book, as a recommended precaution, their leftover should not be consumed as well. Now what about leftover of animals? Let us say the cat, or let us say a wolf, or a donkey, a horse, etc. If they leave certain water or certain food left over, is it permissible or not? You say it is makruh, not recommended, except leftover of the cat, it is not makruh. I mean, one can take leftover of the cat, it's not makruh, but rest of the animals, it is tahir, not najis, but it is makruh, not recommended. I think sufficient up to here, and inshallah next session we'll go to the rules concerning using of the lavatory. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa alihi al-tahirin.